Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. Amanda, how the heck are you doing? It's been a while. It's been like a whole week.
Since I've seen you?
Kind of. I don't know. I can't remember.
No.
What do you mean now?
Well, actually, we haven't seen each other since Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's
I think I should call an audible here.
so that's almost a week.
I think I should call an audible here because we kind of have a random episode ahead of us. And I kind of want to talk about that at the top here.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing being in a 5-year relationship and only seeing your significant other like once or twice a week.
Well,
Which isn't either of our faults, really. I wouldn't say. Probably more
it's
mine
at
than
least,
yours, but
it's at least twice a week.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely twice.
Yes. We
Oh.
record every week, and I usually see you another time, if not more than twice. But it's usually twice a week, maybe 3 times a week.
Mm.
It's like how much we hang out.
Mm. Still weird.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna change that here shortly. But yeah, that's a weird thing that I know. Obviously, we've had to deal with, and probably other people out there as well. I'm sure we're not the only people in that boat. But yeah, looking forward to to seeing you a day or two more a week.
Well, I was just gonna say I feel like a lot of I guess it depends on the person and like the couple and like what they do, but like obviously I feel like we've talked about this so many times, but I'll just say this. Mark works on his stuff, like his businesses and all what he does, and I work during the day and then come home and exercise. So it's like we could hang out, but sometimes it's like, yeah, you could come over, but like, do you want to like watch me work out? And then like, I don't, so it's just like, we like doing our separate things. And when we live together, we'll still be doing our separate things just together. I mean, it definitely hasn't always been easy. I think sometimes it's hard to not be together because we want to be together more, but it's just kind of what's working for us right now.
Yep. Like we said, it's going to change shortly, but for the time being, that is where we are at. So, yeah. You want to dive into the other topics that we had lined up?
I don't even. So we just had some random things to discuss.
Yeah.
We went to Olive Garden just like I don't know, like an hour ago, and we were just like having some weird random conversations about sleeping.
Yep.
And just some other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. We were talking about like dreams and stuff, and like I'm kind of actually we could dive into that one relatively deep. I've done some interesting things to try to better my sleep over time. Just as a quick list,
You have a big list compared to most people.
I do have a big list. The conversation was wrapped around like dreams and stuff like that, but there was more. There's more to it in a way. I think that sleep is extremely important, obviously. Because if you're not, I don't know where I just said this. I think I said this on a live stream or something, but we probably talked about it before. I don't like to use an alarm clock, so I like to go to sleep on a normal day, after working and doing all different stuff like at night. So normally around like, midnight 1 or whatever, and then just wake up naturally around 9 or so, like whenever kind of my body lets me wake up. And it works pretty well because then you're refreshed in the next part of the day. So that's the one big thing. I'll make sure you get enough sleep. The next things that I was kind of doing was, I think I've been a mouth breather for a lot of my life, and I probably still am to some degree, but it was, I don't know, two years ago or something at this point where like I got septoplasty surgery. So the inside of my nose was like better. Or was that last year? I don't even fucking know.
It was last January.
Yeah.
Not this past January, the January before.
Yeah. So I got that so I could breathe a little bit better. It definitely helped a little bit. And then also something I do every night is literally tape my mouth shut. so I can just breathe out of my nose. And honestly, that's life changing. If no, everybody laughs when I say that, but if you tape your mouth, you will not die. Just tape your mouth with not fucking like Gorilla Glue duct tape. Tape it with just a piece of. I've tried other tapes, but I'm gonna tell you, just get a piece of Scotch tape, like a regular little thing. Just tape it like, from one top of the lip, like diagonally right across like this, and it will force you to breathe out of your nose. And this is a really important thing. There's like a saying that's like, if you don't use it, you lose it type of thing. I'm not going to say that that's like to a science, but what I've noticed about myself is when I try to focus on breathing through my nose and I don't have like a cold or something that's really fucking it up, you start to breathe better through your nose. So that's kind of like the hypothesis that I ran with at the beginning. And mouth taping is not something that I fucking invented. Like there's a lot of other people that do that. But it just forces you to breathe through your nose at night rather than your mouth. And you won't die because if you ever like get, fucked up or something, like you're going to rip the tape off, or you just open your mouth because it's that, it's not like strong as fuck. So I was a little concerned the first time I did it. I was like, am I going to die? But no, it's great. Sleep way better. It's fantastic. Also did a lot with like my actual bed to a certain degree. Tried to get a stiff mattress. That was stupid as fuck. So now I have a mattress topper. And then I have like the pillow situation. Like I didn't dive too deep into that. I did at one point because I wanted to have like
I've had the same pillows for years.
Your pillows are nice. Is that a bamboo pillow?
Yeah, I have a bamboo pillow that I've had.
It's a nice feel.
For years. My other pillow is just like a regular pillow, but back when I had a twin bed, I would sleep with the bamboo pillow on top and the other pillow on the bottom. But now I don't really know what it's called, but it's like I have a queen bed. It has a remote control, so I can lift myself up and stuff like that. And I just use the bamboo pillow and have the other pillow on the other side.
I just realized that I can make like a full fucking video on all the shit that I've done for sleep. I'll try to like better my sleep. Because also, I used to sleep at some point in my life. I think I probably slept on like my stomach, my side, and now I go to sleep on my back. And I don't know if I stay there the whole night, but I generally am on my back, which I find to be the most healthy. I think it just makes the most sense in a lot of ways. That being said, though, it's not always easy to lay on your back. Sometimes, it doesn't feel great if you have like certain pressure points and things like that. And the other thing that I found too is, like I said, I didn't dive into the pillows too much. I had this one pillow one time and I ended up returning it. It was like, I want my head to be straight up. Like I don't want my head to be to the side. Like if I'm laying on my back, I don't want to be like kinked to one way or kinked to the other way because it's going to hurt my neck over time, like over the hours that I'm sleeping. So I tried to get these straight up. So I had this pillow that almost had like little walls on either side. My head sat in the middle and it was really hot. Like my head needs to be kind of cool. Like I don't want it to be super hot. So these pillows that I have now are just like memory gel foam or whatever, and they're okay.
He doesn't have pillowcases on them.
I don't have pillowcases on them because then that completely takes away the fucking coolness factor. It's stupid as hell. Cool as in like temperature, not like cool. Oh, I have a sick fucking pillow. And I have two of them because I'm pretty sure I bought one and somebody else bought me one. Pretty sure that's what happened. So like one sits to the right of me, which I kind of like lay my head on slightly so it stays upright, if that makes sense. Like just like rest my head on that. I try to do that sometimes. Also sleep naked. You gotta do that.
You still sleep naked?
Yeah.
I thought you stopped for a little.
I did. Yeah. I can't remember why. But you just lock your door.
What if you have to pee in the middle of the night?
You just lock your door. You just put your pants nearby. And I don't have to. That is really interesting. I know I've been talking for a while here on this, but your thing is interesting. Like I don't do that. Like I very rarely will I might wake up. This is a great conversation. We might do the whole episode on sleep. I wake up very rarely to like actually go use the bathroom or get a drink or something. And I used to have water by my bed all the time. I don't do that.
I sleep with water by my bed.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I wake up so thirsty and then I go to the bathroom and I wake up a lot during the night. Like, I don't know. Sometimes like 3 to 4 times.
Yeah,
sometimes
that
only
is
once.
so weird to me.
Sometimes only once. But I sleep. So I don't really think I've ever had any difficulty with sleeping. I've always slept on my side. like either
Mm-hmm.
side, not like on my belly or anything. Um, when I had my gallbladder out, I could not lay on my side, so I trained myself to sleep on my back.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I guess that didn't continue because now I sleep on my side again.
Hmm.
Um, if in the morning when my alarm goes off and I know I have to get up in like 5 minutes, but I'm trying to rest, I still will click the snooze. But I lay on my back because on my back I like can't fall asleep all the way like I would if I was laying on my side.
Hmm.
It's interesting,
Yeah.
but I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm always really thirsty, like I'm gonna die thirsty, and I chug my water. Maybe maybe that's why I pee. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, but I swear, like I used to not do this. Like used to maybe wake up like once, but I wake up out of like a dead sleep, and like I don't necessarily know or think that I'm waking up because I have to pee. Like I literally just always have to pee. Like in general, like right now I have to pee. Like I just always have to
Yeah.
pee. Um, I don't really know. I think I just have like a small bladder. I also drink a lot of water. But I just wake up and then I have to pee, and like sometimes I try to go back to sleep. But like I can literally like feel my bladder in my dreams. So I'm like I have to wake up and go pee.
Yeah. I think you've conditioned me. I think it's kind of meant, if we talk about that for a second, because that's an interesting part that plays in here. Because like when you're young, what happens when you're young? You can't control it, so you just piss the bed. Is that what happens?
When you're like a baby.
I mean, I think people pee the bed even when they're in 10 years old.
I think
sometimes.
I think it's crazy. Well, I think about this a lot actually because obviously I'm a toddler teacher and like they're like potty training, so like they go to sleep wearing diapers and like they'll go to sleep with a dry diaper and they wake up from their nap and their diaper is like soaking wet. So it's like how do we know how do you I understand like when you are awake because you can like control it when you're awake and that's like potty training. But how do you control it in your sleep? Like that's like really interesting to me. Like all of a sudden they're in underwear. Like we have one child who's in underwear now and they never have any accidents even during nap time. It's like how do you all of a sudden just know like not to like pee in your sleep? And like obviously I wake up in the middle of the night and I really have to pee, but like I'm not gonna pee in my pants. Like where that's interesting.
Yeah.
We should like Google that. No, because I honestly think about that a lot. I'm like and then there's some kids who like they wake up and their diaper's dry and then they pee like as soon as they're like awake. But I mean, for the most part, like kids just pee in their sleep. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
when do you? Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting thing though, just because of kind of how it all stems together there. The point that I wanted to make too, though, on just like the bladder thing in general, is it could be like a small bladder. I'm no doctor here, but I honestly believe that I have probably. So like when you need to pee, like it's kind of mental. Like you like there's different levels of needing to go to the bathroom, right? There's like, okay, I think I need to go to the bathroom, and then there's like, okay, I need to, like, I absolutely need, I'm gonna piss my pants, right? So I feel like mentally, your mind can vary as far as like what you're able to put up with, or what like triggers like, okay, I need to go, like, like if you think of it like literally just like a tank, like your bladder is like a little gas tank type thing. It's like certain level is gonna be like, okay, yeah, let's go to the bathroom. I just feel like for me, I can't really tell you the last time that I really needed to go. I just feel like if there's anything in my bladder, I go to the bathroom now.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel. And I think that was kind of conditioned from you, because you're just like always going. I'm like, do you really need to pee that bad every single time? Or is it like, do you just want to go because you don't want to have anything in your bladder?
No, I don't.
I don't know if it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying I think that's almost what it is.
I feel like every time I go, it's like I need to pee or like I'm gonna be in pain. Like
I don't know.
It's like a serious thing. It's a serious thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. Well, the reason I say that, sometimes like it'd be at night, like I'm trying to sleep. This has happened multiple times. I'm about to go to sleep. It's like, I kind of need to pee. It's like 1% uncomfortable. I'm just going to go. And it's like, it's not like you pee out a freaking, bottle of water. You just pee
Yeah.
out a little bit, and you're like, okay, great. Now I feel great. Now I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it just bothers me more than other people, but I mean, I I can like go to the bathroom and then 5 minutes later have to go again.
Yeah,
So that's why I think it's like a small bladder thing.
could be.
I definitely went to the doctor and didn't talk to her about it at all.
It's-
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like she's going to be like, go to a urologist. And I'm going to be like, I don't want to go to any more fucking doctor's appointments because I already have like a hematologist, that blah, 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 blah. I just went to like a million doctors like the past couple months. Just like your regular stuff to get checked out or whatever, but it's just like annoying and it's like another thing to add to the list. But I mean, I'm trying to prioritize my health, so and I guess it would be nice to know why I pee so much, especially like, I mean, everyone pees a lot when they're like drinking in general, but like if I like have like some drinks with my friends, I will pee way, way, way more than the average person, like 10 times more than I do now, which is already like not normal, I guess you would say. And like, it's like, I guess like you could say I'm like almost like embarrassed. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll go pee a million times. I don't care. But then people always feel the need to comment on it. They're like, oh, you have to go again? Oh, you have to go again? Really? You have to pee again? And it just like makes me feel uncomfortable because like I cannot help it. Like, I can't control my bladder. Like, yeah, I have to pee again. Like, I tell, or even like my friend Lauren, like I'll hang out with her and she'll be like, you're going, like, I went to a store with her and my mom and I went pee twice and we were there for like not that long. And she's like, you have to pee again. I'm like, yeah, I cannot help it. Like, I don't know.
I wonder if
just
they have like
pee.
tests to see how big bladders are. That would be interesting.
I don't know. I only mentioned it to my doctor like one time. And then I remember I mentioned it to my pediatrician when I was little. But because it's been a thing since I was like little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
And like I don't want to like have to take, I don't think medication sounds that great, but like at the same time, like I'm pretty sure they either do an operation to like make your bladder bigger, which sounds fucking awful, or you like take medication. Like I think those are like the only two options. So anyways,
well, I don't know. I thought, is it something like if you pee a lot, you might have diabetes?
yeah, I've heard that.
Is that,
but
I'm not saying that you do. I'm just saying like, I don't think that's like a 1-to-1 thing, first of all. But the other thing is like, what I'm saying is I don't think that it doesn't sound to me, or never have I heard like it is inherently bad to pee a lot.
Yeah.
It's just annoying, you know? So, maybe you get it looked at some point or something, just bring it up, but it's probably not. I'm a little too,
it's more
laissez-faire on some shit. Like I just don't think that it's like things are that big of a deal until until it's like, okay, this is definitely a big deal.
No, it's more of like it bothers me. Like it would be nice to not have to pee this much. Like I guess you could say like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as for sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I said I wake up in the middle of the night to pee, but I go right back to sleep. My cat always like jumps on me and wants me to snuggle her, and I'm always like, go away. But I end up petting her. But I usually go right back.
Does that cat even sleep, dude?
Yeah, she sleeps all day.
Wow.
I mean, not all day, but I don't know what cats' sleeping schedules are like, but they spend most of their 24 hours a day sleeping.
You know that for a fact?
I mean, it seems like it. I look at my cat; she's typically sleeping, but I don't know.
What else you do?
I don't always see her during the day. I think she sleeps a lot during the day, and then at night they act crazy. I don't know. I've always slept on my side. I feel like I never really had any trouble sleeping, but I did get like a sleep apnea test at the hospital. Because my blood work was high, and I think they wanted to rule out sleep apnea because if you have sleep apnea, you can have low oxygen levels.
Which value was messed up?
What?
On your blood work? Which value was it? Which thing?
Value? I don't. I don't even know.
You don't remember which thing was messed up? Your hemoglobin? Was it your hemoglobin?
I think it's hemoglobin.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'd have to look at it to remember. I think my bilirubin is like a little bit high.
Bilirubin?
There's just like a bunch of random things that are like slightly high. So I've been going to the hematologist for a while now, like months now. And I go and they take my blood work, and the results come back right away, which is like really cool. And then my doctor just talks to me, and we've just been monitoring it for now. And he said if it stays the same next time I go, we're just going to, I'll come back in like 6 months, because I've gone to him like 4 or 5 times now, and my blood work has stayed the exact same. And like he said, since I'm like a pretty healthy individual and I haven't had any like crazy symptoms of anything or anything like that, we're just monitoring it. So, but when I got my sleep apnea test, okay, at first it was not bad. You know, I got there, whatever. He hooked me up to all the machines and stuff. You had a little room with a bed and like I think a TV or whatever. I remember I brought a book. I don't read, but like it was like during quarantine, so I like brought a book to have. Maybe it wasn't. No, I think it was like after work actually, but you know, not long after quarantine, I had this book that I just bought. I wanted to read. I still never read it. He hooked me up all this stuff, and it was nice because like I was hooked up to all the crazy stuff, but I could still go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you tell them, like when he comes in and like asks if you're ready to go to sleep, and like it's weird because like it's just him, like I guess overnight, and then there's like a couple other people that he like, there's other people sleeping, and so when it gets time for you to go to sleep, he hooks you up to something else, and you can't get out of the bed. If you have to go to the bathroom, you have to call. So I called like I think 5 times. And it was literally like I'm like worst experience ever, like of my life.
Like in the middle of the night?
That might be dramatic.
You woke up and called him?
No.
Once you fell asleep, you were good?
So I
remember.
also do this thing where I can't fall asleep if I have to pee. That's like another thing. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I think I do that at your house. Like when I sleep in your bed, I might go pee a couple times before I go to sleep because I typically can't fall asleep. So that's how I was there. I was like tossing and turning, and obviously I was like, I kind of had like a little bit of anxiety because like, I don't know, hooked up to all these fucking machines, and I know they're like monitoring me, and I just need to go to sleep so it can be over with and done with, but I can't. There was like a couple times I felt like I was going to go to sleep. Anyways, I called like 5 times. And like he said he had a small bladder too or whatever, and he understood, but I just felt so bad, and like I could tell like he was like, what the fuck, bitch? Again. And every time I went pee and then laid back down, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to pee again. And I don't know, like it's just like a thing with me. Like it's always been like that, honestly. Like I cannot. But I swear, like, I'll have to pee again. I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe, like, when I get anxious, I get, like, a stomach ache, and then it, like, hits my bladder. Like, I don't know.
It's wild.
But, anyway, so, and then all of a sudden I woke up, and he's like, it's morning. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And,
it's morning time.
He got me coffee.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I drank my coffee and left. Luckily, I didn't wake up in the middle of the night because that would have been not fun. But yeah, it was not a good time. So, but, I mean, I don't really have trouble going to sleep, though. I lay in my bed, and I saw something on, like, Facebook that was, like, the normal person falls asleep in, like, 7 to 9 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, that's accurate. And I guess a lot of people were saying that's not true because people have trouble sleeping. I go right to sleep. Like, if I'm at home in my bed, like, I usually go right to sleep. I haven't had trouble, I feel like, in a long time. Obviously, sometimes if I, like, stay up too late, or if it's, like, I feel like if I stay up too late one night, like watching something, maybe I'll have trouble. But
Yeah. I don't know. I generally don't have too much trouble falling asleep. Very rarely. I can usually, like, once I'm ready to go to sleep, I can pretty much do that. Unless my routine has been so fucked up. So, like, I don't get enough sleep during the night going into, like, the weekends and even, like, Thursday and fucking Friday now because I'm working at the restaurant. So it's a total shit show. And I don't get enough sleep. Then I go work there. Then I'm tired. Then I come home and I nap. And then I try to do some work and stuff. And then at some point I got to go to sleep again, and it's got to be like I'm trying to do it as like a reasonable time. So I don't know. The reason we also want to talk about sleep because I jokingly said that Amanda doesn't like naps, and no nap Amanda, like she's like a toddler. And yeah, I don't know. Like anytime we're here or whatever,
okay,
I'm fucking tired as shit, and she's well rested. It's just it kind of goes back to the thing we talked about at first too. It's just like. Right now, the routines are not, they don't jive very well.
We have different routines. I go to bed, like, early. And I remember one time it was, like, 9:44, and you were calling me. I didn't answer it because I was trying to sleep.
Sometimes that's nice.
I mean, my work schedule is always different, but at the same time, it's not too different. We're open from, like, 7:30 to 5:30. So, like, the earliest I wake up is 6 o'clock. And sometimes during my early week, I don't really get enough sleep because, I might go to sleep at like 10, 11, whatever. And then I wake up at like 6. So I don't know. But like, I was like calculating it this week, and like, I had to have got like almost 9 hours, like every night I went to sleep. So, I think I do get a decent amount of sleep. But back when Mark and I first started dating, I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, and I would work 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then, like, he would have hockey games at night, and I would always come home and nap so that I could stay out late and then wake up to go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm not, like, against napping. But it's just, like, I come over here. I mean, obviously, I know, like, the main reason I'm here is to record, but, like, I come over here to, like, hang out with you and record, and, like, I don't want to go to sleep. Like, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to sleep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah, and I'm just tired.
And he's like, Amanda. He's like, with his eyes closed. He's like, Amanda. Why don't you nap? Why can't we nap? And then he gets, like, angry. And I'm just like.
I'm tired.
Well, if you ever want to nap, why don't you come home, nap, and then tell me to come over after?
What the fuck are you going to do during that time?
Why does it matter?
I'm just saying, like, I don't like that logic. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well,
but,
then you're not napping.
All right. Sounds good. Hopefully we won't have this problem for too much longer. But yeah, it's important to get enough sleep because if you don't, then you're fucking tired. And again, all those other things that we're trying to do, I'm sure there was a couple other ones too.
What? Like about sleep?
Yeah.
We're talking about dreams.
Yeah.
I
Dreams
always
have
have
been weird recently.
Well,
for me.
I personally, apparently I like sleepwalk, I guess.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Apparently I sleepwalk. The one time in the middle of the night I went into my parents' room, and I guess I thought it was the bathroom and I was going to pee. I don't know. Oh, this was a recent one. So I guess like my parents like have noticed this, and they tell me these stories. I'm like, what? Like, I don't remember that. But this was a recent one where my mom was like, okay, she definitely like sleepwalks. It's official. I woke up. I usually go to sleep earlier than my parents do. Like on the weekend, it was a weekend. My mom always stays up super late. So, but my stepdad, I guess, went into, I definitely told this story already on another episode, but my stepdad went into the cupboard to get a snack, and I was behind him. And my mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, waiting. I think I said waiting. And she's like, what are you waiting for? And I'm like, I'm waiting. And I like got super pissed off. And then like, I think they told me like that wasn't the bath. I thought I was like waiting in line to use the bathroom. And they told me that wasn't the bathroom. So then I went to pee. So I don't, apparently, I might pee in the middle of the night more than I think, because apparently I wake up to like go pee, but I've been to my parents' bedroom. I've been to the cupboard. I feel like there was something else too, but I don't know. There's been times I went in the hallway and saw my stepdad and like screamed bloody murder. And then my mom said last night I was talking in my sleep and I was like, hello? Hello? So I don't know. Weird. There's that, but I feel like I mean, obviously it's happening to me, but I feel like I haven't really been affected by it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Mark will be dead asleep and I'll be like walking around the house like he won't even know. So
we'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
Or you'll like still be doing work and I'll be waking up. But I also have like really intense, crazy dreams like all the time. I always have. So like I'll have like people are being murdered and like chopped up, and I wake up and it's like normal. It's like normal that I've had that dream. And then there are other times where I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like terrified, but usually I just have crazy dreams and it's normal.
Yeah. I've actually, so like my dreams, like recently, it's been very weird. Like I've had a few like kind of like nightmare type things. I don't understand why. And the other thing is that I've had those types of dreams, and then like when you wake up from those, like at the end of your sleep, and you just had a scary dream, I hate it because it feels like you didn't get any sleep because your heart rate was, you know, it feels like you were just running a fucking marathon. It's very weird. I also want to say though that there's a concept, if anybody's heard of it, it's called lucid dreaming, and that is like when you're in a dream, it feels real, right? For the most part, you feel like you're actually there with people you know or whatever. It's from your memory, so it's like oh, I've kind of seen this before. This, that, the other thing. But you realize obviously that you went to sleep, but a lot of times you don't realize that you're in a dream until it's over. But this idea of lucid dreaming, there's a lot like on it, and I've never tried to like really do it like wholeheartedly, but it's definitely happened to me before. I've had experiences where I'll be sleeping. I'll be laying down on my back, sleeping. I'll try to describe it as best as I can, and if anybody else has done this, then you can kind of, compare it to your experience. It's like you're sleeping, you're laying down, and you start to dream about something, and it's like, and you go into that dream state, and it's hard to catch yourself because there's different ways to try to catch yourself doing it and like going into a dream state so you can like, you know, almost like engage this thing that I'm kind of about to talk about here, but it's hard without, you know, proper training. But if you can do it, it'd be great. But anyway, I know that it's happened to me before because what's happened, I'm laying there and I can feel my body and I can actually see my body. It feels like your body it feels like you're paralyzed. It feels like there's, you know how like when your foot falls asleep and there's like pins and needles or whatever, it feels like that, but a little less pain, you know, like painful per se. It just feels like a little bit more, a little numbing all over you. And I just remember laying there completely on my back, pins and needles type thing everywhere, couldn't move. Like I could move if I wanted to, but like, it's like it's kind of stuck in a sense. And then it's hot. Like I could feel really hot. Like my whole body, I could just feel like was way hotter than it was. Like, you know, our bodies are like 90, 98 degrees, whatever. But you don't feel that generally. You feel like the outside. But I feel like when you're having a lucid dream and you feel that, it's just you feel your body heat is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, at least in my experience, I haven't been able to like jump off fucking cliffs or do anything crazy, but I have definitely 100% been able to take my mind and see myself and feel myself from like above my bed. It's weird. It's weird.
What do you mean you can see yourself?
It's like you're conscious of what's going on. It's like, you know that you're sleeping. You know you're sleeping in your bed laying like this. You can kind of feel yourself and you're like, and it's weird because you're sleeping, but like I'm like, and like I'm thinking in my head, like I'm sleeping. I know I'm sleeping. And then you got to control your heart rate too, because you don't want to like, if you're not used to it, what happens is you'll shock yourself out of the lucid dream. You'll shock yourself out of it. You'll be like, oh my God, no, I'm this isn't happening. And it's like, wait, no. And you just calm down and you have to really control it. And you're like, the hardest thing for me was to continue breathing as I was in that. I was like, and then also like think about like what's going on. It's a very weird thing. It's kind of cool, but it's weird. Cause then what happens is like, you're like that. And then I think one time I like moved my arm and it's like you instantly snap out of it. Cause like now you're back in, you're no longer like in paralysis or whatever that is, whatever the sleep state is.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, dude. It's crazy. But yeah, that's my lucid dream story. That's happened maybe like 1 to 3 times. It's hard to get to that point though. So maybe here's an exercise when you go to sleep tonight. Because I think this has happened to me a couple times when I did this. Just say yourself you're gonna have a lucid dream. And it's like,
well, I sleep.
It's like I'm going to sleep now. I'm gonna have a lucid dream.
I sleep on my side, so I think you have to be on your back.
I don't think that's a prerequisite, but maybe. Could be. But it's interesting regardless. But yeah, as far as like other things, like there's a couple other like small things I would just want to bring this up because it's interesting because like, so I noticed this about myself too. When I was like sleeping, my knees felt like they were caving inward, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like if you're sleeping flat and your knees are like, I don't know, there just seemed to be like pressure on the top, like they were going the other way. So what I did was I bought this little half sphere pillow thing and I put it like under my knees and under my legs there. And that actually helped. And then it was funny. We went to buy Amanda's mattress, like her family, like we went to like a mattress firm or something. And they had that thing where it's like, it's like Amanda said earlier, it raises up on the top, like your head and your torso, and then also in your legs. And like the ideal like 0G sleeping position is like your legs. I think it's your chest right above your legs or something like that. But like both of them are raised a little bit. And it was just funny because I was like, oh my God, like I just in somehow inherently kind of figured that out with that pillow thing. It doesn't work nearly as well, obviously, as like the whole bed lifting up. It actually feels great, especially if you sleep on your back like that. I have no idea how you sleep on your side with that fucking thing. Because it's like your body isn't meant to twist, like turn like that.
Well, I used to have a twin bed, and it was like, I'm pretty sure it was during the quarantine. My mom's like, do you want a new bed? Like, I'll buy you one. And I'm like, I don't need a new, like, twin bed. Like, Mark and I are going to be moving out soon. Like, then I'm not going to have it. And she's like, oh, well, I'll just keep it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I feel like that's silly to get, like, a new bed. And then I was like, well, she's offering to buy me a bed. And I didn't realize this, but I have had the same bed, like, the same mattress, like, was my first ever bed when I first started using a bed. So, like, I was like, maybe I should let her buy me a bed, whatever. So we get there, and I don't remember if I started thinking about it or what, but I was like, could I get a queen? Because then Mark and I can use it when we move out. And I just honestly never got a queen because, like, I have a small room, and I guess I never thought it would fit in my room. And, like, yeah, it does take up space. Like, I think I used to work out in my room, like, every once in a while. Now I can't because, like, there's not really enough room. But, like, who cares? Like, the room's for sleeping, and I really love my bed. Has a remote control. I got, like, the soft mattress thing, whatever it is. Like, my mom has, like, the hard mattress, and she says she likes mine better. I remember being really indecisive whether to get, like, the soft one, the plush or whatever. Or the other one. I got the plush. It's really comfortable. My remote control lifts me up or down. Obviously, you can sleep with it flat, but honestly, I never sleep with it flat because I'm so used to. I don't have it as up as I used to. I actually have it, like, if I'm, like, watching TV, I'll have it, like, up higher. But, like, when I go to sleep, I put the head pretty low. And, like, I don't know, the feet. I don't have it too high. I feel like when I first started using it, I slept with both of them, like, really high.
Yeah.
And my cat likes it. My mom says she thinks it keeps her breathing better because she's elevated the way she lays on it. So, I don't know. I really recommend it. It's really comfortable. And I don't know how I used to sleep on a little twin, like
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck off.
well, yeah, but you've had like multiple new mattresses. Like that was the same mattress I had my whole life, and I was comfortable on it. Like I was never really bothered by it.
Yeah, I don't know. Twin beds suck, so we're getting out of that game here pretty soon. But other than that, I can't really think of too many other things that I've done for my sleep thing. I should probably make a whole video, like I said, though, at least a list of all the things that I've done, just as like an interesting kind of thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think we'll just wrap it up there. We talked a good bit about sleep. We had some other random topics. We'll throw them in other episodes and stuff like that. But yeah, so there's our sleep stories, all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. In the bottom of this, the podcast, if you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube, a couple links there, amandthepmpodcast.com/shop. Feel free to pick up some merch there. You can always ask us anything. We love to answer questions from the audience, so we'd be more than happy to do that. And then lots of great stuff coming. We mentioned in every episode. Always working on building out the brand here, making the show better. And it's coming down the line here. We have some big things. Obviously we're moving out, stuff like that. We're excited to share it with you guys. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. We thank you so much as always, and we'll talk to you in the next one.